Approve resolution 62, 2017.
Motion approved 62, 2017.
Is there a second?
Second.
Poll the council, please.
Mr. Garner?
Yes.
Ms. Jackson? Yes. Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Courier?
Yes. Resolution 66, 2017 authorizes submission of application to the Federal Emergency Management Administration for a staffing for adequate fire and emergency response grant for training and funds.
Motion to approve resolution number 66-2017.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Poll the council, please.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Ms. Jackson? Yes. Mr. Courier?
Abstain.
You can open up, collect.
Like the first
Yeah, hold on. Yes.
Okay. Ordinances for second reading, public hearing, and/or final adoption. For ordinances 2, 4, 5, and 6, we will hold a collective public hearing on all of these as they're all the same thing, the sale of property. So the public hearing is now open for ordinance number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Anyone wishing to discuss these ordinances, please come forward, state your name, print your name, and make your comments. Seeing none, we close this portion of the meeting to the public. And we still need to adopt the one. Yeah. All right, council. On ordinance number 2, 2017, is there a motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt ordinance number 2-2017.
I need to read this out.
It's an ordinance authorizing sale of Block 38, lots 5 and 6 by way of quick claim deed.
3/3 block, 330.
Block 338, lots 5 and 6.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Poll the council, please.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Ms. Jackson? Yes. Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Courier?
Yes. Ordinance number 3, 2017 is authorizing sale of block 153, lot 33 by way of quick claim deed. Is there a motion to adopt?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Poll the council, please.
Ms. Jackson? Yes. Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Courier?
Yes. Ordinance number 4, 2017 is for the sale of block 244, lot 32 by way of quick claim deed. Is there a motion to adopt?
I make a motion to adopt 4-217.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Poll the council, please.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Ms. Jackson? Yes. Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Courier?
Yes. Ordinance number 5, 2017 is for the sale of block 452, lot 15 by way of quick claim deed. Is there a motion to adopt?
I'll make a motion to adopt 5/2017.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion? Poll the council, please.
Ms. Jackson? Yes. Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Courier?
Yes. Ordinance number 6, 2017 is for the sale of block 121, lot 42 by way of quick claim deed. Is there a motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt ordinance number 6-2017.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Poll the council, please.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Ms. Jackson? Yes. Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Courier?
Yes. Ordinance number 7, 2017, an ordinance of the Township of Pemberton establishing salaries for certain employees and elected officials of the Township of Pemberton. This ordinance is now open for public discussion. Anyone wishing to discuss this ordinance, please come forward, state your name, print your name, and make your comments. Seeing none, we close this portion of the meeting to the public. Council, is there a motion to adopt ordinance number 7, 2017?
Motion to adopt ordinance number 7-2017.
Or second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Poll the council, please.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Ms. Jackson? Yes. Mr. Courier?
Yes. Moving on to new business. Discussion and possible introduction of 2017 budget. Mayor. I'd like to start with you. Can you give us a brief overview of the budget?
Brief overview.
Yes.
2017 budget is being presented to you at $716,277.09. That represents a $190,323.37 increase over last year's budget. That will increase the tax levy by 0.88 cents, less than a penny. On a house of $100,000 assessment, that's $8.80, $2.20 a quarter for a payment increase. And what we've done with this budget was some of the things that we've been able to do upon request by some residents, and that's put things in the budget. The current, to pay the current year, we've added asphalt into the budget. We've in the capital, if you'll notice, we put $270,000 for property acquisitions. That money will be earmarked towards the Juliustown Road the redevelopment project in acquiring the remaining properties we need to finish that project. That's cash in the budget. There are a number of public works requests in the capital also, along with $1.3 million for the Presidential Lakes Firehouse. The capital budget was $2,060,551, and out of that, like I said, $270,000 goes towards the redevelopment projects, and $1.3 million goes towards the PL Firehouse, or will go towards that, and that leaves $490,000 for additional capital and $551 for additional capital purchases. Some of the things that we use regularly and need for drainage, like a backhoe machine and sweeper. There's $279,000 in the budget for that, along with some trucks, a dump truck, a utility truck, a bucket truck, a larger bucket truck, as we've been trying to get for years here, so we can do the trees that we have to deal with here in the town that can't do it with the small truck that we purchased back in '07, I believe it was. And those purchases, like I say, would come out of the $490,000. Those items we would have to create a funding source for. Again, the $270 for the redevelopment we would not, and the $1.3 million we would have too. Some of the other things to note, we are currently at, our debt currently runs $25 million. $279,596.38. We're still reducing that. We have a substantial amount of debt reduction coming to council in the near future for some bonds that we are, or they're actually notes, some authorizations that we have previously come to you for that we did not need all of. As you've seen tonight, an approved resolution for asphalt that was going back into fund sources that were authorized in different bonds that we went back to that had remaining balances for road work, and we combined all them into that resolution, took that money, and now we're applying it currently as it was intended for roads, but not for the projects that they were intended for, but they can still be used for roads. So we're looking at the rest of this balance in this in these ordinances and authorizations, and there's a considerable amount sitting there that can be canceled, so that will be coming to you. So at the $25 million currently at our debt status, we're asking to increase it by and an additional, well, it's not 2 million, it would be 1.3 million and a 490. So, you're looking at roughly 1.8 million increase, but we're hoping to come to you in the near future with a debt reduction that would keep us in that $25 million range. As you know from looking at the budget, we're making debt payments of about, I believe it's about 2.8 million. Is what we're making. So we're paying down our debt. We paid it down substantially over the years. We continue to do so. But we're also doing large projects. Remember, we went out $6 million in debt, $6.2 million for presidential lakes alone, or country lakes. We went in $3.2 million for presidential lakes. These are large debts that we're incurring, but we're paying it down. So it's very responsible. We have the means to do so. The revenues are coming in from different sources, and hopefully from the sale of this property we'll have additional revenues. We are using a little more surplus this year to keep the budget balance and the taxes down. This year, from the $900,000 we used last year, we're using $1.5 million, but that still leaves us over $1 million in surplus. And that's larger than last year's surplus that we were left with. So it is working out. I've always advocated that, if you're going to, you ask me for more money in my taxes, use what you have first. And I understand you have to have some surplus, and it's responsible to maintain some surplus, but I don't believe the government should bank this large lump sum of surplus and then come to me for more taxes and say, I want more money. Wait, I gave you money, and use it. And that's been the principle we've been applying. We use a responsible amount. We keep what we believe is a responsible amount in reserve. So again, you have the budget. As always, we're offering for members of council to come in as we've done in the past, and it works real well. It has in the past. To come in, sit down with us. We'll go over and answer any questions you may have as you're reviewing this, and we'll do it line by line if you like. But we feel this budget not only is responsible in a modest increase, it also represents a substantial amount of increase in services between the asphalt and the equipment that we're asking for, along with bringing the long sought after firehouse in presidential lakes. And I believe we're probably the only administration that has come to council in a budget with a firehouse in the budget representing, and to be as far along as we are working with contractors to say we're committed to that project. It's an expensive project, but we believe it's well-deserved in that neighborhood, and it's a small price to pay, and we're willing to pay it. And that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions, Dennis may have some additional comments.
Just a couple of things. The capital budget essentially is a plan, as you have before you, but we will have to come to council for the authorization to bond for the firehouse and a few of the other items that the mayor mentioned. What we plan on doing is also, as the mayor mentioned, is that when we come in to council seeking the specific authorization for the bonds for the construction of the PL Firehouse, we will also come in with the cancellation ordinance for existing debt that we have incurred that we no longer need to use. So we will make every effort to balance out the two things. Whether they balance out exactly, I can't tell you right now, but they may end up being fairly close, so that the net effect is that we're not adding much more debt at all. And also, I just want to point out that if you look at the debt, the total debt at the end of 2015 as opposed to the total debt at the end of 2016. The 25 million the mayor mentioned, the year before it was 27 million. So we did reduce the township's debt by $2 million during the course of the last year, and the amount that we're allowed under state regulation to borrow, I believe is at or a little bit under 50% of our borrowing capacity in accordance with the local finance board.
What we put in the budget this year is $360,100. That's what's represented in the budget as our cash outlay towards cash purchases and borrowed purchases. So there is $360,000, which is probably the most I've seen in any one of our budgets as a deposit money or cash outlay money.
Thank you, Mayor. Council?
This is a new business?
What's that?
This is a new business?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just one question about number one.
We're on the budget.
We're on the budget.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Number one was approved through the consent agenda. So we're on B.
Okay.
You can still ask about it.
No, that's...
It is afterwards. It's just at this moment.
You want to pass?
Up to the council president.
So, anything concerning the budget for administration? Okay, so we were all sent the process of the budget. It's basically a five-step process: introduction and approval of the budget. It gets advertised for no less than 10 days.
It has to be advertised at least 10 days prior to the public hearing.
Okay, and then a public hearing, amendments and public hearings if required.
That's based on the percentage of whatever changes you may or may not.
Correct. And then adoption. And there are deadlines associated with those. The mayor's deadline to get us to the budget was the 1st, I believe, of March. First.
Yes, we're a little early.
Yeah. Our deadline to introduce is the 5th of March, and our deadline to adopt said budget, if we get it back from,
5th of April.
I'm sorry, 5th of April. What did I say?
5th of March.
Okay, I apologize. If we get it back from DCA in time, would be to adopt by May 3rd. So, well, I guess what we need is to begin this process. If council is so ready to introduce this budget, so that we can begin the advertising process and set dates for public hearing.
Yes. We need to introduce it so we can start doing something.
Correct.
So yes, we're not approving it, we're just introducing it.
Correct. So, is there a motion to introduce, do we need that? It's already there, we don't need to do anything else.
It's already on the agenda.
Yeah, so is there a motion to introduce the budget as presented by the mayor?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Poll the council?
Ms. Jackson? Yes. Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Cordier?
Yes. So, you will have this to the paper tomorrow?
I can send it to the paper. Well, now I need the summary from the auditor before I can send it to the paper. And
We'll need the summary, need to establish a public hearing. I believe it has to be at least 28 days from now, the public hearing. But you certainly may have work sessions as often as you would like between now and then, at which you can discuss more details of the budget and plan for what changes you may want to make at the public hearing when it takes place. What happens is, now that the budget is introduced, within 3 days, we will have information to the clerk as to the summary, and the document itself will be finalized by our CFO, signatures will be obtained, and since I live in Trenton, I will personally deliver it to DCA. They will start the process, they will review the introduced budget, and then, since we probably will be one of the first in the state, I expect they will then come back and say, these are the things that we, as they do on occasion, that we direct you to change, and otherwise it's fine. If the council at the public hearing makes a change to that, then I have to take the changes, then go back to DCA for their consideration before those changes before they authorize the adoption.
Correct. On the 15th, so yeah, I'd like to, with council's approval, to schedule the public hearing for March 15th. That would be exactly 28 days. I see you with the calendar there, Mr. Brown.
Yeah, you said come prepared with dates.
Yes, that's what you got.
Yeah. You know,
When will we have the notice from the auditor so this is going to be advertised?
You're talking about the summary for that? We will have the summary in the next couple of days. So you'll have everything. What you also have here is also the summary document. It's called the 2017 friendly budget.
Right.
So yeah.
Also, you'll have the budget online tomorrow. Hopefully.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
We'll also put the budget detail online as well to the public as we have in the past, even though that's not part of what we changed.
And it'll also be available at the library, Pemberton Township Library.
We'll work out whatever, and if anyone, there will be a couple of budget books and detail books here as well for the public.
Sorry.
no, it's okay. I personally think maybe February 27th or March 6th.
Or,
The work session.
the work session.
The next couple of weeks will be kind of hard for me for a weekend, but I think those days give us enough time to continue our more detailed review instead of having it immediately. But those are just my suggestions, so I'm open.
February 27th, but what's the other one, Jason?
March 6th.
They're both Mondays.
27th.
Yeah, Monday still work for me.
No. What about the 20?
What if we came in early on a council meeting?
That works for me also.
I don't know.
You gotta work at 4.
5 o'clock?
Wait, that's
Shoot.
Wait. But I could try to work something out. That's fine.
5 o'clock?
Yeah, that's fine.
Which is on the 15th, February?
On the 1st.
Okay.
March 1st.
March 1st.
Do it as part of the council meeting.
Yeah.
Or we can
Start
learn.
the meeting early, just
Thank you, Mrs.
Right.
go the whole way.
We're good.
Right. That's,
No, we're good. Our way.
so let's plan on that. Check with Norma.
March 1st at 5 p.m.
Yes.
Advertising.
Yes. All right. Moving on.
If you want to schedule a second date that could possibly be canceled if needed at this time, it would be advertised at once. Okay, that's fine.
All right. Are there anything other than Monday?
Just give me a date, and we'll see.
Generally, you do always do schedule 2 weeks. Tuesday is good, Ken?
The 7th.
Thursday? Thursday?
The 9th.
I could try to work that out.
The 9th. The 9th.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if everybody's like, I'll change
The 9th.
what time.
The finish on the 9th.
Or do you want a little later?
A little later. That way we're not bumping up against council.
Yeah, hopefully the 1st. Everything gets hashed out, but
It has been recently, so.
March 9th, 6th, 8th. Fine.
Yep. Thank you for keeping us on track, Amy.
Always.
Wonderful.
Moving on, approval by council of Pemberton Township MUA's auditor contract. And Amy, I'm gonna lean on you here a little bit because I know you have the details with this. What happened here?
From my understanding, that the auditor for the MUA that they had contracted with retired as of December 31st. So they now are contracting with Brentley individually. It's my understanding the contract actually only goes through the 31st of January, so it's already over, but the council has to approve professionals' contracts as to fees.
And he was able to do that, even though he's not an auditor?
He is a CPA, and I did learn that it is not required for MUA purposes, for utilities, for them to have an RMA, which is a registered municipal auditor.
Right.
We are required an RMA, they are not.
There you go. So I know that was an issue some years ago when he was here.
And I'm sorry, Mr. Allen, I forgot you're part of the board. You concur with everything you just said.
Is that some of that?
That's what I was told as well. I did ask Jen Rivera that, and she indicated that Maui did retire.
Okay, well, this is kind of after the fact, so we're memorializing their actions here. As far as to fees only, because we cannot approve their choices when it comes to appointments. So is there, I guess we gotta approve that.
It's just a vote.
Yeah, it's weird.
I was just asking, why do we approve the fees if
It has to do with the agreement we have with the MUA.
Okay.
And we oversee their budget.
Right, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
So is there a motion to approve that action that they took back in December, I guess it was?
I feel like it was more recent than that, but
January.
yeah, I think January.
Okay.
Then I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Poll the council, please.
Ms. Jackson?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes. Reports and communications, engineer's report. Any questions concerning the engineer's report?
Not today.
No? Okay, moving on. Approval by council required for payment of vouchers on bill list dated 2/10/2017. Is there a motion on the bill list?
Motion to approve the bill list.
Second.
Poll the council, please.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Jackson? Yes. Mr. Perrier?
Yes, with the exception of any bills relating to the fire department, page 89. Solicitor's report.
I had nothing for the public.
Mayor?
Only that we're still paving. We were paving yesterday.
I can't believe it's going to be 60
And
on
February. I don't think it's ever been done here in the town, but yeah, we paved part of Rhode Island. They've got, I believe, Washington to, I believe they're up to Connecticut on Rhode Island. It switches over from Washington to Oregon, or Rhode Island rather, and they're up to Connecticut, and they've now moved on the other side of New York, and they're starting milling the New York to Pennsylvania. They got one lane there milled, and they'll finish that up. They're scheduled to work that. Their goal is to hopefully, before any weather changes, get Rhode Island, get to, where do they come together there? Amy, help me out here.
Oregon.
Oregon.
But I'm not sure.
Oregon is what they're on.
Point.
They want to get to the point.
No, they're on Rhode Island.
They're on Rhode Island, they want to get to Oregon. That's what it is, yeah. I knew Oregon come in there somewhere. I say, because it's drives all the time. But yeah, they're on Rhode Island, they're working their way down the other side of New York now, and hopefully get down to Oregon. So we are still rolling along. They may get diverted tomorrow after we have a discussion about another project, but we're still rolling. So, you know, kudos to these guys on getting paving done, but we gotta get some other things done. That's all I have.
Mr. Gonzalez, anything?
I was going to say that the reason that we had to bring the paving resolution to the last minute was that unexpectedly they continued to pave. And as of yesterday, I think they only had like 5 days of asphalt left. So.
I said to them that we created a monster with this machine that just keeps eating asphalt. And as long as the machine's running, we gotta feed it, you know, and that's what we're trying to do. And hopefully someday we'll catch up on our roads.
Do these cold, I don't know, neither of you are engineers, but do these colder temperatures affect the laying of the asphalt at all?
Well, it hasn't been that cold, that's the problem.
Yeah, but it's colder than what they normally do.
Not in a bit, yeah. What they're putting down now, I mean, the asphalt itself is hundreds of degrees, 300-400 degrees as they're putting it down. But the temperatures, to run 40s and 50s, that's not a problem. Yeah, it's not a problem. The plants won't open if you shouldn't be putting asphalt in. They shut the plants down. The plants have opened up. This week they ran down to Clementon, which is a little bit of a run, but the weather is holding so strong that next week they're opening in Burlington's plant, which will certainly be better for us. We can make sure it runs to pick up asphalt. But the plants are opening back up because contractors are, you know, asking for asphalt. They want to get work done because the weather's, you know, conducive to it. So, yeah, we're fine. There's no frozen ground, no issues. So,
Okay. Council comments.
Thank everyone for coming out, and hope everyone has a good week, and see you next meeting.
Nothing tonight, thank you, but thanks for coming out anyway. Thank you all for coming out.
Have a safe trip home. Thanks everyone for coming out and for their comments. Is there a motion?
Make a motion.